swear, people out here, they don't want to see me look good. Here's the thing. The Readathon hasn't started yet, but I wanted to talk about the books I do plan on starting and why I plan to. And I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have my makeup done and I'm dressed. That rarely happens here. So, yes. And I'm aware this is my summer shade. I'm just too lazy. All of these books I have physically, and I genuinely am dedicated to getting to this physical TBR, because I counted, I have 85 unread physical books. So if I do this readathon, it will go down by a lot. So we're gonna do that. So each book has their own reason on why I'm starting them in the beginning of the month. So the first book I'm immediately gonna pick up when the readathon starts is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. And this goes for the prompt, read a book that follows a quest. And the thing is that I have read a Rapunzel retelling, which is Cress. And I can't get to Cress until I read this. And Cress is a thick book. I thought, let me just read this now so I could get it out of the park and I could be able to do the Rapunzel retelling prompt. So yeah, this is literally the first book I'm gonna pick up. I am excited, and I wish I could come up with another word for excited because I'm bland. The next book I will be having when the readathon starts is Crazy Rich Asians, and this is for the prompt, read a book to movie adaptation and watch the movie. So this one I know is gonna be my hardest read. As much as I'm excited, and it's over 500 pages, either way, no matter what, adult fiction is going to be harder to read than YA fantasy. So that's why I'm starting this now at the beginning of the month. And I can't wait because I've had the trilogy for so long and it's kind of embarrassing that I've not read it. So I can't wait for that. And then the third book I have is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. And this is for the prompt that my parents pick out this book and my dad picked it out for me. And this is so dad style. So is my mom's too. Like, this would be a book she'd pick too. So this has like a special place in my heart now that my dad picked a book like this. But I'm picking this one because most of the books I am reading, they're continuing or finishing a series, and this is like the start of one. Same with Crazy Rich Asians, so I feel like it'd be easier to read these first because I gotta breathe. The first book of a series, you always gotta get into it and like think about the world and what's happening and all that jazz, like all that. God, that took me so long to think. I'm very excited about these 3 books. I can't wait to see my thoughts on them. I am being strategic with this because I'm such a mood reader. So I know myself well enough to be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. The next clip you'll see will be when the actual readathon starts. These are the books I'm gonna start with. Hey guys, so it's September 30th, and I know I said the next clip will be the start of the readathon.
Well, guess what? I lied, and that's what happens in life, so you just gotta take it for what it is.
I kind of actually just wanted to show you the books that I got in the past week. Everyone likes a haul. And then tomorrow, the readathon is starting. So let me show you what I got in the past week. So I got Sweat and Soap Volume 9. It's a cute romance, and I know the title really throws you off here, but it's actually really wholesome. So, yes. By the way, 16 and up, if you can't tell from the title. But yeah, Sweat and Soap, it's a great time. I've caught up on my volumes. I have 8 volumes now, and volume 8 just came out, so I haven't read it yet. I am taking my time with this series because I totally read out all of Perfect World, and I need to save some of that. Also, I didn't mean to buy books that have like orange in it on the same day. It just happens like that. This I got Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto Volume 3, and I have Volume 1, and this is a really popular manga. It doesn't seem popular because it's not like a Jujutsu Kaisen or Attack on Titan, but there's 4 volumes out, but it's sold out everywhere. And if you want to like read it online or watch the show, I highly recommend it. It's only 1 season too. Basically, I decided to get volume 3 because this was the last copy, and I don't mind having like missed volumes of Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, because it isn't like a progressive story that's continuing. Like, of course, you know, there's reoccurring characters that you see from past volumes, but it's more so the same situation as The Way of the House Husband, where it's chapters of funny situations that happens and how Sakamoto is literally the most perfect human being on this planet. Even when you try to take him down, he knows how to perfect it. He knows exactly what to do. So yeah, I got volume 3 of that, and I'm really happy because I'm just a fan. I became a fan, so I had to get it, and it was the last volume left. So hopefully volume 2 and 4 will be attainable one day, but you know, I'm glad I got 1 and 3. And these I got yesterday, and these were literally new releases. So I got Beast Boy Loves Raven. Exciting. This is really exciting. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and actually what makes it very exclusive is because 1, there is bonus content, and 2, the cover is completely different from the original cover. This is the original cover. This is the Barnes & Noble cover, and I just think that is so cool. Even Walmart has a special edition, and that cover is cute as hell too. Like, all the covers are cute, and I'm obsessed. And not gonna lie, it's so tempting to just pick this up now and read it, but I'm holding off. I know I'm gonna be obsessed with this. And then I'm gonna cover some of the cover. That's Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 12, and there's nothing like showing, you know, so just gonna cover that. This is just me continuing on collecting with the series, because Jujutsu Kaisen, I learned very well that it's very easy for it to sell out. I'm glad that I learned better, and I'm just collecting the series as I go. Yeah, that is my little haul. Of course, it's manga and comics. Are we surprised? Not really. But yeah, I'm really excited for all of these, of course. Tomorrow's the readathon. Again, very excited. I'll see you guys tomorrow if I update anything today, but I highly doubt it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yay!
You want to say hi? Hello.
Hello.
This is really entertaining content.
Yes, isn't this so good?
Wait, say what you're reading.
I'm gonna just show it.
What are you reading, Zoe? Yes.
Hey guys, so I thought I'd do a little update. It's day 3 of the Readathon, and also I know you just saw me cry, so let's just get into it and see what happened. So the first day I read half of Scarlet, and yesterday I finished Scarlet, and I gave this a 3.5 stars. Overall, like, I did like it. It's more good than bad, but I was way more invested in Cinder and her plot and Captain Thorn, which, yes, I've met Captain Thorn. It's just like the fact that I'm more invested in that than Scarlet and Wolf themselves. And the first half I really liked, so it was really easy for me to read Scarlet the first day, but the second day I was like trudging through this book because I was like,
Oh my god.
there's just stuff about the romance too that I was not a big fan of. It was just weird. They literally fall for each other in a day, and I like insta love sometimes, like very few times. It's really rare, but at least, you know, there's something happening. Like they're really getting to know each other or something. At least there's something. Wolf and Scarlet, like, there's literally nothing. And also it's just kind of weird that Wolf is a human, acts like a wolf, and I know that's like the whole point and it plays kind of a part in the story, but it's still really weird. And yeah, I don't know. And then something happened in the end and I was like, that's so weird. Like, but I am really excited to get into Crest because I know I am gonna be into Crest and Winter. Also, again, world building. Marissa Meyer world building is just not her thing because it was supposed to be set in France. What part of that spoke France? Like, I didn't even realize it until like the way they would say certain spots, and I'm like, what? That is my first book finish. And then I know I said from my TBR about These Violent Delights and Crazy Rich Asians. We're getting to that, but I really wanted to read a manga, and I know I'm gonna be busy even today, but mainly tomorrow, so I wouldn't have time to read. So I decided to read I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, which is for the coming of age prompt. And yeah, it's just read a coming of age book. And as you saw, there were tears, and this was a 5 out of 5 stars. It just, oh my god, it was so cute, but then it was just the ending and the iron, like, it was so bittersweet. Literally says a bittersweet romance. That's literally what it was. And I genuinely have no words. I knew I was gonna like it, but the way I cried and the bond that these two ended up having. And I even told my cousin the whole story because he was out, and I told him that I was crying because of this, and I told him the whole story and what happened, and he's like, oh my god, that's actually really sad. And I'm like, I know. And it's funny because the title really throws you off, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, but that's what made me want to pick it up. And also because of the art, like, it looks really stunning, seriously. But when you actually see the meaning behind the title, you're just like,
Don't make fun of the title. There's something important to it.
so I am going to start this today, literally after I'm done recording this clip. And for Crazy Rich Asians, I do feel like starting it today because I did open it and I was starting to read it and I was like, hold on, let me stop for a second. But this one, I do feel like I'm gonna take my time with it because I know this one will be a bit more of a challenge for me to read. It doesn't even feel like it's been 3 days. It feels like it's been 3 months, but we're here now and starting another book, so I'm ready. It is day 6 of the readathon and there's not much progress. I still only have 2 books done out of 12 from the prompts.
We don't like this, okay? We need to do better.
These Violent Delights. Literally, after I'm done recording this clip, I'm just gonna be busy reading this. And honestly, I am not complaining because These Violent Delights is so good. I don't know why I get I don't know why I get surprised every time I pick up a book from my physical TBR. I don't know why I get surprised. Because I know we keep talking about this gut feeling thing I have where I usually end up right and it's like 3 stars and above. Most of the time 4 stars and above. But I'm so surprised. The thing about These Violent Delights, it is a Romeo and Juliet setting. It's not perfectly a retelling, does that make sense? Which I don't mind at all because I do not like Romeo and Juliet. I do not like the story. It's very like Romeo isn't even in love with Juliet. Like, let's talk about it. But there's actually a bit of mystery in here, and this book is actually filling the fall vibes. Like, this suits October really well, and I was not expecting that. And 20 pages in, the environment, the atmosphere of this book, I was in it. And I was able to get the audiobook for this, but I am reading this fully physically because the writing is really good, but the audiobook is so good too. It's a We Hunt the Flame, We Free the Stars situation where you have a great audiobook, but you can't just listen to it by itself because you need to pay attention to what's going on. So you gotta like really pay attention physically. With this, I'm like, no, I need this book open the whole time. I need to look, all right? I can't be distracted out here, all right? Because I need to just witness the writing in with my eyes, okay? And I'm really surprised. I wasn't expecting that. Don't go into this with like full-on Romeo and Juliet retelling. It's more of a Romeo and Juliet setting. I am gonna finish this today. And I did start Crazy Rich Asians. I am enjoying it. Like, there's this really cool moment where the manager, yes, this white manager was mistreating them because they reserved the best room because they got money like that. They could reserve the best room in this suite, but the manager wouldn't let them in because there were specific guests coming and they're like, we can't have these kinds of people here. They can't have Chinese people in here. So these women took full on, like, they called their husband. One of them called their husband to let them know the situation, and he was like, hold on. And then the lord, like a lord of something, came in and with the Chinese ladies, and he was like, oh, you know, they need to have their room. And there was like a business move that was made where pretty much the wife, like the family, has ownership of the hotel. And the Chinese lady, she was like to the manager, oh, by the way, could you please get off the premises? Which is what he said to her. And I'm like, yes, you are that rich. It didn't occur to me how rich they were. I know the title is called Crazy Rich Asians, but I'm like, oh, you're rich. You out here speaking to lords and stuff. But I was here for that. I am gonna pick up Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka because that's my smallest book, but it will make me feel accomplished that I completed a prompt. So let's see how I do. But for now, gonna finish this, and I'm very hyped for this one. Guys, I was just eating ice cream because These Violent Delights had me going through it, but oh, I know it is. I've never made those noises in my life, but oh god. god. Oh my god. Okay. So. Whew. This is the latest volume of Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku, written by Fujita. And I thought this was the last volume. Good news is not. Yes, I read the end of the author's note just to make sure, because I'd be so sad if this was the last volume. Like, I actually would not know what to do with myself. So I'm glad we're getting more content, because that's what I need. This is one of my favorite manga series of all time, and they release very sporadically. It's not like a once a month kind of deal. Now this is another like friends to lovers situation, and it's just so cute. I love all of them when they hang out. It's just the best time, and I am so happy. I'm gonna try my best to hold off from reading it, because these take a while, and I actually thought this was the last volume. I didn't think there was gonna be any more, but apparently there is. So we love to see that. Okay, we love to see that. But I am gonna try to hold off from reading this, and I promise you that is probably gonna last a week. So that's very strong for me, because I would stop everything to pick this up right now, because oh my god, I like, look at that. So yeah, I just have to show you that it's in perfect condition. Amazon has gotten a lot better when it comes to shipping their manga. I'm gonna put this away. This beauty. Oh wait, let's see all the volumes together at their peak. Okay, like let's take a moment. Yes, so that's how overfilled my shelves are. Hi, how are you? But yeah, look at that. All of them are, actually I gave the first one 4 stars, but I'd switch it immediately to 5. But oh my god, they look so, oh, that is so nice. Hey guys, yep, those are my Betty Boop pajama pants. But it is Friday. I just woke up, clearly, but I thought I'd give a little update and just wrap up the vlog. So I finished These Violent Delights, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It really surprised me, because I mean, I knew I was gonna like it, but I like it for a completely different reason. To just call this a Romeo and Juliet retelling is disrespectful, because I don't really like the story of Romeo and Juliet. I wanted to get into this because I like the fact that it was set in 1920s Shanghai and it had gangs. Juliet and Roma do have a past that is kind of like Romeo and Juliet-esque. There's not that much romance that happens. There is a little bit, but not a lot, and it isn't until the second half. And I personally don't mind it, because it was actually more of a mystery involving something supernatural. And I'm like, yes, like, keep going. I'm here for that. But yeah, I could see where people would be disappointed, where they wanted more Romeo and Juliet, like, romance. You do get it a little bit. You get the tension. It was, like, you know, they were lovers, now they're enemies, and then they're back to lovers. It's that kind of situation. But I think what really sold me really was the writing. Like 20 pages in, especially the introduction, I was just so in the world. I could picture the setting immediately, and the environment that they were in, and the way it was described, and the characters. They were so well written. The only one I feel like that wasn't really the best written was Roma. He felt a little bland for me, but I still had to give it 5 stars. Themes that were going on in this book and how that was written, just the way Chloe Gong just wrote everything, you know, and the side characters, they were very interesting as well. I was really invested in those side characters too. I really liked them. But the themes of Juliet, for one, being a woman, 2, coming from America, like being raised American, but you're going to Shanghai and there's a dilemma where you don't know how you feel or if you belong, you feel very left out. And then colonization that was going on when British are coming over to take over like Shanghai. And you know, she was just going against these white men. And her dad is like, you can't make them mad in the slightest because they feel so offended. Juliet's like, but look what they're doing to us. I can't wait to read the second book, which is sadly the last one. I highly would recommend this book. Objectively, I feel like it's just good. Like, minimum 3 stars at least. Like, you can't deny that. The writing's good, the themes, the characters, besides Roma. Like, it's just all really good. And then I just wanted to go easy on myself, and I read my smallest book, which is The Metamorphosis. So this goes for the classic prompt, read a classic, and yeah. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Originally it was a 3.5, but towards the end I gave it a 4. And last night I was doing reading sprints with Taylor. She was doing her homework while I was reading this. It's kind of funny because I was telling my friend, I was telling her I was reading this. She was like, we did an assignment on this. And I was like, what? And there was a class freshman year of college that none of us liked. Nobody liked. We just BS'd it. Like, we didn't even read the stuff. We just sparks noted it and did it because we just did not like that class. And the teacher were like, what? And I was like, we did a whole assignment on this book? She was like, yeah. And the drawing, she told us to draw. And I remember her telling us to draw, but I didn't remember what it was for. I didn't know it was for this. And I was like, wow, that says a lot about how much I paid attention. Overall, I think the writing is really easy to get to compared to other classics. There is some like underlying themes going on, and it's about this guy, Gregor, who wakes up and he's suddenly a bug now. There's a lot of themes where it comes to isolation, your relationships with your family. Throughout the book, you just see him getting more lonely and losing a sense of himself more as he keeps going, and the way his family treats him. I felt bad because he overworked himself to this point. That's the whole point of this book. He overworked himself to take care of his family. He got so bad that this is what happened. He turned into a bug. That's the whole point of this theme for this book. And he worked and took care of all of them for no hesitation. And he starts to realize that he didn't do anything for himself. He was doing everything for them. And then this whole situation to him happens, and it just changes the dynamic of the family completely. They see him as lesser than because he's not making money for them. They just see him as more of a problem. Gregor is definitely the anti-hero, and I felt really bad for him because he overworked himself, and this is what it led him to. Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. So, I first read Scarlet, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, and this is for the coming of age prompt, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. The tears were evidence for that. Next, I read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and this is the Mother Knows Best prompt. Read a book that a parental figure picks out for you. And yes, 5 out of 5 stars. And then I read The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, and this is for the classic prompt, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, overall, I would consider this really good. 4 books out of 12. Yeah, that's not bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first week. I don't know if I did much. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.